Mrs. Zimmerman, I put the papers from A corporations on your desk, so take care of them, please. I need them done by tonight.
What? Oh, hello, Miss Forbes.
Hi, just take care of the papers, will you? And make sure you don't make any mistakes. Just because you're 65 years old and just a part-time worker doesn't mean you can do a lousy job.
Hold on, Miss Forbes. I won't be able to finish these by tonight. Today and tomorrow's a day off for me.
What? Why are you just taking a day off?
I told you this already, right? I needed you to hand in the papers by yesterday since I wouldn't be available today and tomorrow.
What? You never told me such a thing. Anyways, we need these neat papers done by tomorrow morning. You can't just say you're not available because you're on vacation or something.
Are you being serious right now? Why not ask the manager what to do about it instead of complaining to me, the part-time worker?
What? What do you mean ask the manager? This is your job. Don't you get paid to do this?
Complaining about it by text isn't going to get those papers done, you know? You need to ask the manager what to do.
Huh? Stop trying to make other people do your work for you. Why are you acting so superior anyways? You're just a part-time worker, right? You seem to not understand. Unlike you, I'm actually a contracted employee at this company.
I know that. You just graduated from an elite college, right?
Oh, I get it. So is that the reason? You're looking down on me since I'm new here, right?
I'm not trying to act superior, but I need you to do your work properly.
Huh? What's with the attitude? You think the others are going to forgive you talking to me like this? I'm gonna tell the CEO about this.
Just what exactly are you trying to say?
People your age should already be retired. But here you are working part-time. I wonder why. Do you have some sort of huge debt or something? Unlike me, who graduated from college and is guaranteed to be promoted soon, you're just an uneducated good-for-nothing that receives a salary for doing nothing, right? And to think that I was trying to help you contribute to the company by doing some work for once. What kind of person just takes a day off suddenly and refuses to do work? You're so impolite. Don't you have any manners?
Miss Forbes, are you done talking now?
What?
I only took a day off since it's exactly 1 year since my mother passed away. I'm actually quite busy right now, so let's end this conversation.
Huh? Come to the office and take care of these papers right now.
I can't even if I wanted to. I'm currently 4 hours away from the office.
4 hours? Just where exactly are you right now?
It doesn't matter where I am right now. I can't take care of those papers for you. Period. Will you please just ask the manager what to do already? Didn't they teach you this during training? Always tell the manager if you have a problem. Especially if it's something unexpected.
Why are you just telling me this now? This is going to make me look so bad, and it's all your fault.
How is this my fault? I told you to give me the papers by yesterday, right? This is your own fault, Miss Forbes. Even if you are a new employee, you've been working here for 10 months already now, right? And you still can't even do such basic things as reporting to the manager? You've made me lose my temper. Goodbye then. I'll see you next week.
What? Wait! You're just going to leave? What's with the attitude, though? Just who exactly do you think you are? You're just a part-time employee here. You can't be replaced anytime, do you hear me? You better know your place or face the consequences.
Good evening, Miss Zimmerman. Sorry for disturbing you on your day off. I'd heard it's been exactly 1 year since your mother passed away. You have my condolences. Anyways, we took care of the papers from A corporations.
Good evening, Mr. Rowland. Thanks for taking care of the papers for me. Sorry for causing a hassle.
Don't be. It's not your fault. I heard Mrs. Ford's forgot to get them to you before your leave. Still though, Mrs. Ford's attitude is just too much.
Tell me about it.
Yes, it's true that she does do her job better than most of the other new employees, but she just has no respect for others.
She's probably acting this way because she did so well on the project we asked her to take care of to test her skills.
She only did well because you're supporting her. The other new employees who also did well understand that they only succeeded because of your help. And I've been modestly learning from our senior employees and asking for advice ever since. Mrs. Ford's, on the other hand, thinks it was all her doing and is getting overconfident.
It looks like it. Having confidence isn't a bad thing, but having too much is.
So you think so too? Should we ask her to take care of that project?
What project?
We've been asked by headquarters to send 2 new employees to work on a deal we're going to make with D corporations from America. We were planning on sending you as well to support these 2 new employees. The best in our company are also going to be involved in this, so I thought it would be a good educational opportunity for Miss Forbes. You know, teach her that there are people much more competent than her.
I see.
If this still doesn't work, we'll have to think things through again, though. I don't want to have to fire her.
This proves that I'm the best. I haven't even been working here for 1 year yet. I was chosen to take part in a project involving a company from America. It must be because I graduated an elite university and because my past successes.
Miss Forbes, 2 new employees were going to be chosen to participate in this trade deal with D corporations from the start, as a way for them to gain experience and educate the future leaders of this company. How people evaluate you depends on the work you do from now. You haven't been proven to be the best yet. Don't get that wrong.
Yeah, it's not really convincing coming from a 65-year-old part-time worker. Why do you keep talking like this to your company? Anyways, you're only going to be coming with me as support, right? Which means you have to do what I say.
That's not what me supporting you means.
Yeah, stop talking back at me. You should probably watch your attitude.
Funny, because I wanted to say the same exact thing.
Good evening, Miss Erngin. I told Miss Swartz she would be working on the deal with D corporations from America this morning. What was her reaction?
Good evening, Mr. Rowland. I received some pretty amusing texts from her this afternoon. She says that this proves she's the best, and that I have to do what she says as her support.
I see. I did tell her that you would be only there to give her advice, not to do what she says, though.
Mr. Rowland, did Miss Forbes get into this company using connections?
Oh, so you know this.
More or less. Wasn't the CEO's wife's maiden name Forbes?
Yes, Mrs. Forbes is her cousin's daughter.
I see.
Please don't tell this to the others. The CEO told her that if she uses her position to do harm, she would be fired immediately. I know it's a hassle, but please take care of her for just a bit more.
I understand.
Ms. Zimmerman, can you make the presentation in Japanese for tomorrow's meeting?
I wondered who was sending me texts on my office phone at this hour. Aren't you supposed to take care of that? I'm supposed to make an English presentation based off the presentation you make in Japanese.
Let's switch roles. You make the presentation in Japanese and I'll translate it into English.
The reason you weren't tasked with the job of making the presentation in Japanese is so that you can gain experience.
No, I don't need experience. I'm already guaranteed a promotion. It'll be better this way since I can check for any mistakes you make while translating it into English. If you understand, then hurry up and prepare for our presentation in 2 weeks.
Good morning, Miss Forbes. You aren't here yet. Are you going to be late? We have a meeting with D corporations from 1500. I also have a few questions regarding the English presentation you made. You see, I don't quite understand what you're trying to say in a few places.
Oh, sorry. I caught a cold and can't speak well.
What? Really? But the representatives from D corporations came all the way from America, so we can't just really cancel this meeting. That means we have to get someone else to do the presentation you were supposed to do.
Why don't you do it?
What?
I'm saying that you should do the presentation in English instead of me.
Well, I guess that's the best option. The presentation was only finished yesterday, and I'm the only other person who's seen it yet.
But you can't speak English, right? You're just a 65-year-old part-time worker. It can be helped, so I guess I'll have to come.
I understand. I'll do the English presentation in your place.
What? Are you being serious?
Do you have any objections?
Can you even speak English?
A bit, yes. Anyways, I have to go over some things with the others, so bye now.
Stop trying to act tough.
Take care with your cold.
Fine, it's not my problem if you embarrass yourself. Are you serious? You can speak English that well?
Oh, you came to the meeting halfway through, right? How's your cold?
Who cares about that? Why are you so good at English?
Well, I was the head of the International Relations Department before I retired.
What? The International Relations Department? That's the most elite department in this company. And you were the head?
Right now, I'm working as a part-time worker since I had to retire. Also, I studied language in college, which is where I learned to speak English.
You graduated college? I thought you were just a high school graduate.
When did I say such a thing? Besides, you shouldn't judge people on their academic backgrounds.
What?
Well, the presentation went well since I took your place, so everything ended up alright, I guess.
What do you mean?
Your translation was full of mistakes.
What? Like where?
Basic spelling and grammar. There were some parts where I couldn't even understand what you were saying.
What?
We needed to hand in the presentation by noon, so I quickly fixed all your mistakes. I can't imagine what would have happened if you turned in that presentation.
No way! Are you sure I made so many mistakes? Yes, I am. Or would you like me to show the others the presentation you made? I wouldn't if I were you. It's a bit ironic, though. Thanks to me taking your place, we were able to make a $5 million deal with D corporations. What? We were able to make a $5 million because you took my place? Why do I have to be fired? I was just supposed to be promoted and become an executive at this company right away. This wasn't supposed to happen.
You made a promise with the CEO, right? You promised that you wouldn't use your connections with him to do harm, and that you wouldn't look down on others just because you knew him. And that you would be humble and listen to what the senior employees said. Maybe you didn't do anything immediately harmful with your connections, but you obviously looked down on everyone you met. You were only hired because the CEO took pity on you, since you couldn't find a job after graduating, right? Yet you still took such an arrogant attitude. That's how you returned his kindness, so no wonder he got mad.
Please, Mrs. Zimmerman, can you convince them to hire me again?
Why?
You used to be the head of the International Affair Department, right? They'll listen to what you say.
But I'm just a part-time worker now. I have no right to interfere in such matters.
Just try telling them.
Impossible.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Please, I'm begging you.
It seems you wouldn't understand unless I tell you this directly. I don't want to work with you, Miss Forbes.
Huh? What do you mean?
You're finished with what you have to say now, right?
Mrs. Zimmerman?
Bye. Miss Forbes faked her illness on the day of the meeting with D corporations. Not that I ever believed she was actually sick. She was planning on making me do the presentation instead of her. And to come in halfway through to save the day. She didn't expect me to be able to speak English so fluently. The CEO found out about what she was trying to do and got mad and forced her to resign. Her parents were pretty disappointed in her as well. She tried finding a new job, but failed miserably. So she instead tried to get married. She fell in love with a handsome man and they started living together. She now just lives with him and does everything he says.